14, he says there are going to be some places where you go and people are not going to really want to hear what you're saying. I know you never happened to stop by a tree and start talking to a tree and notice that it was not talking back. You have been to a wall here lately and talked to a wall and discovered that it wasn't talking back. What he says is you got to have, as a missionary, you got to have a short memory, because it might hurt your feelings when Tom, you really want him to be saved, but he don't want to be saved. It might hurt your feelings when you're trying to help your brother or your sister out of that pit, and you're trying to pull them, but they pulling back. And you might not understand it, but you got to have a short memory. That means I got hurt yesterday, but I'm still on the battlefield. That means somebody just talked about me, ran me down like a scolded dog, but I got to have a short memory. I just have to be able to deal with this thing and do God's will. That's what missionaries do. Not only must a missionary have a short memory, a missionary must have provision from sources other than yourself. There in Matthew chapter 10, when he sent them out, did Jesus not say that I don't want you to take gold or silver? Did he not tell them that? Did he say I don't want you to take 2 pairs of shoes? Did he not tell them that? I don't want you to take 2 pairs of clothes. And did he not tell them that? That means I'm sending you out and you got to have provision other than what you can provide for yourself. And I know some of us have gotten so independent. You know, Beyonce has helped us out about these independent women, and I understand men and women how we can find ourselves working our jelly so well to where we feel like we really don't need nobody. I don't need nobody to help me do nothing. I don't need nobody to stand with me while I'm doing nothing. I can take care of this by myself. And I'm telling you, according to the scripture, Matthew chapter 10 and 10, every missionary must have some kind of provision other than what they can provide for themselves. Because there are sometimes, brothers and sisters, where you have to come to the conclusion that my money can't help me. There's sometimes you get out there and you find yourself in some situations where your conversation ain't going to help you. There's times when you get out there in the world and you find out that mama and daddy cannot help you. You are going to need some provision along the way. Not only must missionaries have provision from sources other than themselves, a missionary must have peace to give. Everybody say peace. Peace. A missionary must have peace to give. There in Matthew chapter 10 and verse 13, remember what he told them. He says, when you get to a house and they accept you, they receive you, they treat you like a prophet, they treat you like a preacher, they treat you like a child of God. He says, take the little piece that you have and leave it there. You do remember that, right? And remember how he also backdoored that. Backdoor little Joe. Anybody remember that? Remember he said, if they don't receive you and your peace, he says, what I want you to do is take the little dust on your feet and shake it off. Anybody ever have to shake the dust off of your feet? Yeah. Sometimes you just have to do it. I know you don't want to leave Big Mama and Big Daddy. You don't want to leave Sister and Brother. You don't want to leave your dog from childhood. You don't want to leave your homeboy or your girlfriend who you've been with for so long. But there are times when every single person, if you're going to be a missionary, must dust the dust off of your feet. That's what he told them. And I'm talking about missionaries. I'm talking about missionaries working together with one mind. I told you I would not be here long. I just wanted to try and visit a couple of places that I saw in the Word that might help us with our mission societies. And not just with our mission societies, but with our church mission in general. I think we have forgotten that church that God has called is not just Mount Vernon. Some of us have forgotten it's not just Rising Star. It's not just Living Word. It's not just Antioch. There is a universal church. Can I get everybody to just say a universal church? That means there's just one body. There's only one body. There's only one God. And you've got to understand that everybody is supposed to have mission in their blood. I wish I could open up your veins so you can see how mission, if you really love God, if you really know Jesus, mission ought to be running in your veins. That means I'm not just going to sit here and do nothing. Oh my, do nothing. I got to get out there and do something. I'm going to meet somebody at the gas station. I'm going to meet somebody in the restroom. I'm going to meet somebody at the Heart of Texas Fair. I'm going to meet somebody on my job. All of that is mission. Would you clap your hands in the presence of the Lord? It's all mission. When I go to school, it's mission. When I go to work, it's mission. When I at my family reunion, I know they cussing and slamming dominoes and playing bottoms up and everything else. But I've got to be in a place where God can use me as a missionary. That is what my calling is. Yeah. If you're looking for a title or a label for me, just call me missionary.